From the city of the sun, you could have stayed. It's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through color glass, time moves on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shape my smile.
All right, today is October 14, 2025. It is 5:16 a.m. I'm in the middle of editing whatever I recorded something over the weekend. When was that? The 13th, yesterday. And I have another video to edit, but yesterday was a holiday and I could not finish edit. I was helping my son with some stuff and I had doctor appointment. So yada yada, here we are. I'm about to wake them up, so I want to get some recording out of the way just in case if I have time during the day to edit. All right, so let's go to the first tweet. So I'm a little bit behind. While Harry and Meghan are in New York, I was seeing some stuff, then I didn't even post them on my community board, so I want to see what's going on. Okay, so this is the first tweet. Meghan Sussex with Jill Smoller in New York. Jill is Meghan's WME agent and friend. All right, so there's a video, a lot of hashtag. Let's see. It's 1 minute and 16 seconds. If there's a music, obviously I am going to manipulate it. Okay, so there's one comment on this, and then I'm going to go in that, the retweet. I thought they swore up and down. WME drop her. UK media, a silly cows. All right, so let's go into that. That was the only comment. So let's listen. Okay, so there's a music. I will be manipulating it. There will be a screenshot. So there's Meghan going up the stairs or about to go out. Let's see if there's any voice. Nope, still music. I'm sorry I cannot, let's see. I'm sorry I cannot let it play freely because this is not my video, okay? And YouTube is very, very critical on that. people to not just use people's content. So I have to manipulating a little bit. So it's playing again. Not playing again, but it's a continuation. All right, let's see if there's anything else. We've seen that part. Okay, going in the car. All right. So let's see here. Meghan Sussex was with Jill Smoller all the time in New York, her WME agent and longtime friend, who is also Serena's agent friend. The haters always got time. LOL. She is gonna be here in DC, so I will be checking her out. That's an ad. Oh, now she is cosplaying Victoria Beckham. What the hell? How is she playing? Whatever. Correction. Papa. Oh God. Okay. Let's leave that. This is business. This is what I like with the Sussexes. When they make a trip somewhere outside of, I was going to say Canada, outside of California, they made sure to tackle different things. Okay? They don't make one trip to take care of one thing. That one trip on the East Coast is taking care of so many other businesses. Probably the moment they told her, Harry and Meghan, the Sussexes, that they were going to be receiving the award, and they start planning things around it. Okay? Look at the Paris Week fashion show. Okay? Right after that, she flew to... why I keep on thinking Canada? She flew to New York, and then from New York, she's going to go to DC, still in the East Coast.
Up, you were just in New York, which congratulations, you just won a humanitarian award for your work with online safety for parents and children. And you made it home for one day to see your kids.
Yes, I had to. We were talking about that because everyone said, oh, you must have gone from Paris straight to New York. I said, no, I need to see my babies. So went back to California for a day and then continued on. But I'm thrilled to be here. Thank you.
Of course, and always job number one.
Okay, right after that, she flew to... why I keep on thinking Canada? She flew to New York, and then from New York, she's going to go to DC, still in the East Coast, all right? And take care of everything, and then go back to California and take care of their children and whatever in between, whatever information they got while they were networking, okay? And taking care of their business, and do what needs to be done. You don't make one trip for one thing only, especially when you have a family you need to take care of. The kids need your time.
No, I need to see my babies. So went back to California for a day and then continued on. But I'm thrilled to be here. Thank you.
All right. Next tweet. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle honor at Project Healthy Minds Gala in New York City. Project Healthy Minds is a next-gen mental health tech nonprofit dedicated to expanding access to mental health services across the country by building the world's first free digital mental health marketplace, destigmatizing mental health by partnering with culture makers and improving access and affordability by advocating for innovative marketplace investments and employee mental health. Okay, there's a lot of hashtag here. Oh my God, this is 3 minutes and 44 seconds. Obviously, manipulate the video as well. If there's a music, I'm gonna change it. There is a music. Okay. So that was leading to the gala. I've already had some videos about this.
Arriving at the third annual Project Healthy Minds World Mental Health Day Gala in New York. The event supports the nonprofit's mission to connect over 10 million Americans with mental health services through its groundbreaking free digital marketplace over the next decade.
One of the important missions for Project Healthy Minds is to destigmatize mental health.
You're seeing stories that have more and more mental health components, and each time that happens, I think it breaks down the stigma a little bit further.
The Duke and Duchess were honored with the Humanitarians of the Year Award for their dedication to building safer digital environments for children and families through their initiative, the Parents Network.
Thank you for being here tonight in support of the Project Healthy Minds, our partners at Ultra Foundation, and the true leaders in mental health access. Tonight, we're all here together to focus on what remains one of the most pressing issues of our time,
He cited startling new research from the Parents Together advocacy group, which claims children encounter dangerous interactions with AI chatbots as often as every 5 minutes. The Duke and Duchess announced a new partnership, joining the Parents Network with Parents Together. This move will broaden their reach and deepen their impact as digital technology continues its rapid evolution.
And with your support, we'll continue building a safer digital world for all of our children.
Also honored was Indianapolis Colts owner Kaylin Jackson, who received the inaugural Sports Visionary of the Year award presented by NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell.
You know, if you have asthma, that doesn't define you. But yet, if you have a mental health disorder, that seems to define you culturally. How do we move away from that? How do we accept that more? Similarly to how physical injuries or ailments might be seen or taken in our culture, and how can we allow people to really heal with dignity?
Jackson was recognized for her trailblazing leadership in mental health advocacy, which is deeply personal. Earlier this year, her father, Colts owner Jim Irsay, passed away.
He knew personally what it felt like to feel judged for something that was not under his control with his struggles with substance use disorder. Our dad was unapologetically and unabashedly himself.
As a recovering addict, Irsay and the Colts launched the Kicking the Stigma initiative in 2020.
Because of our PSAs, they came forward and talked about it, and those moments are truly the ones that mean so much to us.
Project Healthy Minds is a next-generation mental health tech nonprofit. They're tackling the mental health crisis by building the world's first free digital marketplace for care, destigmatizing the issue by partnering with culture makers, and expanding access by advocating for smarter workplace investments.
I caught up with Carson Daly, who told me the next phase in this important mission is for people in need to have easy access to professional help.
Now we need to get access to care for everybody. And that's what PHM is doing. Getting mental health services should be as easy as ordering a pizza and having it delivered to your house or booking a flight or a hotel room. And that's the work that they're doing.
You know, I think that's what this organization is all about in its essence, is really about connection and human connection.
Project Healthy Minds programs currently serve more than 400,000 people annually as they pursue their goal of connecting 10 million Americans with mental health services over the next 10 years.
That's a good summary of that particular organization. Couple things that I was thinking as I was listening to this. First thing is, Harry is a visionary. When he traveled, when the royal family was sending him around the globe, he was listening.
I want to ask you, you traveled the whole world in both role, in your royal role. As you were going around the world, how did you get more focused on things that you cared about? I mean, we see a lot of pictures of you with children. You spent a year in Lesotho,
Yep.
right? And, you know, bring that to life for us.
I get all of my passion, inspiration, and energy from young people. And that is from the ages of 6 or 7 in the Caribbean, when you get a 6-year-old turning around to you and telling you exactly how much damage your country and the developed world is causing them, all the way to 28, 30-year-olds who, at some point in their life, have already a better understanding of duty and service than I ever did at that age, because it's all about giving back. So I think that, look, lots of people say that, oh, your job of traveling the world is wonderful. Of course, it's wonderful, but when we get sent to some countries, we don't always get to see the beautiful parts. We're always there trying to deal with some of the issues, but also doing everything we can to bring people together to make change, to make positive change. And it's an absolute joy and a privilege to meet the younger generation of change makers across the world who genuinely believe in the fact that they, as a single person and as a group and as a community and as a nation, not only can change their country, but can change the world as well. And that is what keeps me going on a day-to-day basis.
So when a 6-year-old says to you that your country is ruining theirs, what do you do or say?
Agree with them slightly. Look, we all know the issues that are out there, you know, with the climate and the environmental issues. And I don't want to say it's refreshing, but it is nice to know that kids that young have an appreciation and understanding greater than some of the people who have been on this planet for 60, 70 years. So I think without question, I mean, I've been a pessimist many times because of the work that we end up doing. You can be surrounded by negativity sometimes. But as I said just now, the younger generation of the world has turned me into an optimist because they are the best connected, the most passionate generation that I think that we've ever had. And what we need to do is be able to create a platform so that they can be heard, because they have the solutions to some of the world's biggest problems.
I was actually going to ask you that because my sense would be that you've seen a lot of things up close. So you've seen miracles and you've seen great signs. You go to a famine. Most of us read about one. And so you can see some things that perhaps none of us could really understand the scale or the breadth of the devastation up close. And you're saying that young people are the ones that keep you motivated to do this work. Why do you think young people are often so underestimated by society? Why do you think that 6-year-old voice or that 10-year-old voice or that 15-year-old voice is not treated the same way as that 60-year-old voice?
Because that's the way it's always been. You know, before social media, before internet, before the way that everybody was connected in a positive way, it was always presumed, this is my take on it, which may be very wrong, but I think the presumption was always the longer you spend on this planet, the more experience and the more knowledge that you have. Fine, I think we all agree that the longer you're around for, the more experience you have. But what kind of a world are we going to end up being part of if we don't listen to the younger generation who have all the solutions, they're better connected than ever before, and because of the connectivity, they have the opportunity and the ability to be able to fix problems in a quarter of the amount of time that anybody else of previous generations was able to do over a 10, 15, 20-year period.
So you're a...
Harry is a visionary. When he traveled, when the royal family was sending him around the globe, he was listening. And as he was listening, he was seeing where certain problems lies. And it's very sad to see that the UK media is not honoring Harry enough. This, we have to give it to the UK because Harry is British. He saw the mental health problem a very long time before we are now seeing all these other organizations. Maybe they were there. We were not paying attention to it, or I was not paying attention to it. But with his platform, this is why he understands his position.
New spin on it from the youth. As a prince, you're born at birth with a natural platform to be able to try and make a difference. Yeah, which a lot of people have to spend years and years and years getting to that point. So from that perspective, I'm very lucky to have a platform to be able to try and make change in the causes that mean a lot to me, but also to you guys. And I'm still in your generation, by the way. But at the same time, as I said, being born with a lot of privilege comes with a lot of responsibility. But I like to think that I'm going to have to spend the rest of my life earning the respect for that privilege and trying to make a difference for the rest of my life.
With his platform, he makes it part of the conversation about the mental health. So that aspect, whatever it might evolve later on, the foundation of it, at least for me, until I see something different where someone else was saying these things before Harry, but Harry is the base for me. We have to give the UK, because of Harry, that flower. This is Harry's vision. He saw it, and he's been talking about it. He was doing something about it when he was in the UK. Okay, before Meghan came into the picture. It's very unfortunate that the brother, who has no vision, no direction, something is missing with him. I don't know if I have it on the list or maybe I already recorded, I need to edit it, is that where he has used someone else's pain, pretending that he cares, when in fact it seems like he is hurting that particular individual twice. That lady who lost her husband, and then I think in 2017, I might be wrong with the date, 2017, William had interviewed her. There was no crying, no remorse. He was just talking. It's fine. The 2017 thing was fine. But what happened now, he went back in 2025 talking to the same person about the same issue and then pretending that he cares, that he's crying. He has some sort of a feeling about something he already know had happened, and years later he revisited it again. All of a sudden, he's remorsing, feeling her pain, whatever facade he's putting to get people's empathy. But Harry truly cares about the thing that he's talking about. The mental health aspect of things was not something people were talking about as we are starting to talk about it more. He made it a thing. Okay?
More direct action and involvement. So do you feel you're more hands-on? Is that fair to say?
I think in today's world you have to be. I think you have to be much more hands-on, and also.
Why? I mean, why do you have to be? You could have done it the same way. You could have had 200 charities and been a patron of them. I mean, no one would have thought any different.
No, but if you end up working individually for, let's say, 200 charities, in today's world, I think that kind of dilutes the impact that you can have. What our foundation is all about and what our platform is all about is encouraging people to come together, to work together, so that there's less competition within that sector, whether it's financially or otherwise, and saying, right, guys, you're doing the same thing. Please, let's get around a table, talk to each other, work it out, and come up with a long-term strategy.
But doesn't this seem obvious? Like, why haven't other people done it then? So you've created, with your brother and sister-in-law, the Royal Foundation. Okay, you've started a charity. My first question would be, do we need another charity? So, you know, what was your thinking in coming together? Whose idea was this?
So that's my motto is exactly that. Why another charity? Our foundation is not another charity. We're not trying to take up any more space. I think we all agree that the charity sector is quite full at the moment. But as I said, what we're trying to do is use our platform to be able to bring people together to affect change.
So why haven't other people done this?
Because I genuinely believe that we as a foundation will never be able to compete with some of the other big foundations financially, as weird as that may sound, but that's fact. What we do have is a unique ability to be able to put our name and everything that comes with to a really good purpose, to a really good cause. And as I said, there are many organizations out there that have never come together and that would never sit around a table and discuss the topic of which they're all involved with, but we've proven that. We've made that possible.
So in some ways, you're leveraging your name, it seems to me. Does this create something very, very unique to you and your brother and sister-in-law, in that you can get these people to come together and talk to each other? Because working together is hard.
Yeah, well, it's hard working together as a family. It's hard working together. And it's hard working together when you are scrapping for the same money within the same sector, as a lot of people know. But, you know, through some of the initiatives that we've created, Invictus Games, as an example, that brought together 10, 12 different service charities to be able to share expertise, share knowledge, share experience, specifically around mental health, so that they were all standardization across the board to make sure that whatever the best practice was, everybody was sharing that. And therefore, if there's a wounded soldier that's left the forces, that's been lost in amongst the chaos of everything else, if they stick their head above the parapet and they go to Help for Heroes, one of the charities in the UK, if that's not for them, like you go to your supermarket, everybody chooses the supermarket that they want to go to. It's the same with the charity sector. And if you've got 101 choices to choose from, every single person is uniquely wired, and therefore their cure or their fix will be specific to them. But what we're able to do is bring everybody together once again around a table and say, right, you're now part of a group, you're part of something. And therefore, anybody that comes in gets the opportunity or the option of 12 of you rather than one of you.
Whose idea was this? I mean, who was it? You or Prince William or
The Royal Foundation?
Yeah.
Can't even remember. But
I mean, was it just obviously a good idea, or?
I think it comes with the territory, doesn't it? I mean, once you realise the effect that your name and that your position can have, surely all you want to do is make sure that you spend every living day trying to bring people together and trying to make the most of that position.
But it hadn't been done before this way.
No, true. But as I said, you know, with the way that the world has changed and with the platforms that we now have, used in a positive way, we can really bring people together from all over the world, across the Commonwealth of 52 countries, of a third of the world's population, of which 60% is under the age of 30. That is a platform of youth, of which needs to be listened to.
But the scale and the vastness of that is really hard then to manage. So how do you pick what you're going to do? So you mentioned the Invictus Games. You do everything from that to a program to develop coaches in the UK. You do, and around the world. You mentioned Heads Together, which is focused on mental health. How do you decide what to do? Because you have literally seen a lot. You've seen a lot of programs. You've seen great need in the world. Who puts a finger down on something and says, this one?
Yeah, it's, I think when you're part of a large charity or a large foundation, I think it is very hard to say no. But I think what we've realized is it's even harder to have a finger in every single pie. And therefore, for us, early intervention, where possible, is definitely the key. Impact is definitely, has to be the priority. You know, none of us want to spend the rest of our lives connected to charities of which we're just making people's lives better. Far rather identify a problem and try and fix it before it becomes an even bigger problem.
So when you come at it from that perspective, is there a vetting process for what you decide to do? Or is it, these are just particular areas of interest to one or all of you?
I think it depends on our background, on our passions, of what we're really interested in.
Do people pitch you ideas?
There has to be that connection. Sorry?
Do people pitch you ideas?
Yeah, there's plenty of ideas pitched, but taking it back to the mental health thing, that was luck of the timing. There was an issue that needed to be talked about, probably needed to be talked about many years ago. But I reckon 10 years ago, if that discussion had happened, or we'd started that campaign, or anybody else had started that campaign, never would have succeeded. But the fact is, the success of that campaign was built on the need within the United Kingdom, and the fact that every single person in the United Kingdom was ready for that conversation. And all of a sudden, once you normalize that topic, that discussion, everybody started to realize, wow, not only do I know other people that have suffered, I might have suffered as well. And then once that becomes normalized, then all of a sudden you realize that actually more people have tasted a mental health issue to a certain extent than haven't.
Right.
That's the tipping point of which we're at the moment. But as I said, the success wasn't based on us. The success was based on the fact that everybody was ready for the conversation.
So I hate to keep beating a dead horse, but I just want to ask just practically. So let's just say that comes to you. It has these unique characteristics where you can see the need, you can see the ability to leverage, you can see how lending your name and reputation to this will elevate an issue that is very important, whose moment has come. Do you vote? Did the three of you sit down and say, I'm in or I'm out? Or
it's still a young organization. I mean, our first grant was in 2012, I think it was, actually with these guys. But so yeah, we're still very much in the infancy years as such. But what we're trying to do is we want to prove the model in different sectors, and then once we've proven it, then we want to expand it. And there's no point in doing it otherwise, because what's the point in being involved in something unless you know that you're succeeding to a certain extent, if you know what I mean?
Right. Has this been easier or harder than you thought to start your own foundation and to, what would you say?
I think it's made easier with the people that we work with, the support that we have. Obviously, it's certainly made easier having the name and the position, because with that comes the ability to convene some amazing people and some expertise, of which a lot of other organizations wouldn't have the opportunity to do. So, yeah, it's been emotional. Highs, no lows, but there is so much to do, as everybody in this room knows. There is so much to do, and the question is making sure that you streamline it, you do it the right way first time, and the crucial point is that we listen, and that we don't go into a project, we don't go into a community and stamp our authority down and go, we're the Royal Foundation, this is how you're going to do it. It's completely opposite. And that's why I believe that we've been so successful, is because we've gone into those communities and said, right, we all know there's a problem, what is the solution? And let us facilitate and fund you in the process.
So why do you think it is that, again, this model is so unique, which seems so obvious, because so many organizations say they have the answer and they go and impose that. So, how did you see this differently? Or learn to see it differently?
No, I think as far as I can explain it, to us, it was a very simple case of we have to listen. We have to listen to the younger generation, because they are the cure of some of the world's biggest problems. They're the cure of many communities as well. And as we'll hear from these guys, especially from Chantal, you're talking about young people, individuals who have lived experience. You can teach someone to be a lawyer. You can teach someone to be a pilot. You can't teach some of the experiences and some of the scars that some of these people have. And therefore, in my mind, the workforce is already there. What we have to do is be able to create a platform, be able to create a way that that workforce is then reintegrated back into society, because they can do things that we can never do. And if I was in their position, I wouldn't want someone in a suit and tie, or a prince, or anybody else, telling me how to do things. I'd much rather them come in and say, right, we have an amazing platform, we have an amazing ability, we've got a bit of money, how do you want to do this? How can we succeed first time and make sure that you guys are running this project?
So this is the purpose.
He made it a thing. Maybe Meghan was doing it on a lower scale before meeting Harry, but it was not at that level. And thank God, Harry has a partner, Meghan, to help improve on his original ideas. Okay? And the second thing that I was thinking about in the US and also in the UK, some of the issues, the agony, the killings, this is in the US, and all those animosity, those anger from white men is due to mental health. And I really hope this has, the mental health aspect of things expand, and probably, I know it takes time. Everybody has bill to pay. They have children, family to raise, and stuff like that. As I'm saying, I'm thinking of professional psychologists and things like that. Not all of them can donate their time freely, but maybe there could be some sort of a rotational kind of things where some of those professionals can donate portion of their time to help some of those people who will not have access to them to get the help. Because as a society, what's happening politically, especially in the US right now, is due to a lot of mental health issues. They're angry of their own stupidity and their own doing. And then they're blaming it on other people. So there needs to be a huge change in the mental aspect of things. Not just white men, but everybody have a little things here and there that probably needs to a little bit tweaked to be seen in a different way. So hopefully the mental thing that Harry and Meghan are advocating is well known, and there'll be more access to it, because a lot of the issues, the agony that all of us are suffering in is due to a few of people with mental issues. They see things upside down. And we cannot let stupid people run the country. And then they are unapologetically to display their stupidity. So anyway, so that's that. Let's read some of the comment here. The Sussexes always walk the walk. Congratulations on them receiving their flowers, and may God bless the families and the parents network. All right, such an important goal. So thankful that Harry and Meghan are able to transform a portion of the relentless glare beating down upon them into an energizing beam that uplifts and serves others, illumination, authenticity, and sweat equity yielding positive result. Congrats to Harry and Meghan. They walk the talk. There's the heart, fantastic, and much needed initiative. Congratulations to Harry and Meghan. Okay? And we need to always pray for them because both of them truly understand their platform. Both of them have said their part individually and together how they appreciate their platform. So we need to keep on praying for them because the devil, okay, keep hovering around them to prevent them to do the things that they are doing. And we need to thank God for giving them their sense of vision and objective goal to continue push to the barrage of those negativity, the naysayers. So this is why I will always be supporting them, especially for things that they do. And yeah, I have said some stuff if she goes back to the UK, but I got corrected in the way that I sort of presented it, so I don't want to repeat it again. But I will always support their work and continue to, as much as I have the energy, continue to do some of those videos because spreading the positivity is very rare, okay? Because everybody is after money. Yes, I need money too. I'm not saying I don't need money, okay? But it's almost like an investment for my kids' future, for the things that I'm sharing. Because when you turn on YouTube, the amount of negativity that is being spread, when you look at the views and so many people gravitate toward the negativity, hey, I could be a dent within the barrage of negativity to spread the positivity. I'd rather do that because it's very sad how our society is turning. And while Harry and Meghan are trying to do good along with other people they surround themselves with, and then you have another group that going out of their way to push on the negativity. And then it's very sad to see that young people are gravitating toward the negativity. So we need more people like myself who have different perspective but still in the positivity to help spread their work. Okay, I'm not even being paid for that. I usually show the back end of my channel. You see, I'm not even making money. Yes, $49.41 is something, but in comparison to the people who's spreading lies and negativity, this is nothing. But anyway, while I'm at it, if you take a moment, not only to subscribe, I have a link in the description. You could donate, PayPal, Cash App, or become a member. For the membership, I truly appreciate some of you who are members, but I don't usually create special videos. I share everything. The membership is if you want to support my channel. That's it. I share everything. Unless if there's something I want to say that's a little bit controversial and I want you to see my perspective, then I'll put it for members only. Other than that, everything that Harry and Meghan are doing for free. Okay? Your subscription or become a member is good enough for me. All right, this is the next bit. Squaddies in 2025. They're eating. They like what Harry and Meghan are doing. We're gonna need Ozempic at the rate we are being fed. Love this for us though, right? We're so well fed, truly. Squaddies, let's pause this. Squaddies, if we get nothing from Princess Meghan for 2 weeks. But you know what? What's happening here? Because the negativity is so vast. The moment you turn on your TV, it's depression. Okay? News about depression, things that will make you sad. So when Harry and Meghan are out, it gives the squad something to talk about among the group and to feel happy again. All right. I'm still eating her Balenciaga looks, and she's feeding me day after day on this New York City visit. Gonna have a tummy ache, but it's worth it. All right. Some squaddies are entitled too. They started whining. Where is Meghan? I miss Meghan. If she goes a month without a public appearance or Instagram post, girl. The The GIFs, the pictures. We are eating good. And we still have 2.5 months to the end of the year. We've earned it. There's the heart. It's been a tough few years. It's now our era of joy. All year. Okay, yummy in my tummy. Alright, so there's all of that. Okay, so each time we're thinking of them, always throw a prayer for protection and for them to continue with their vision, because the devil, my goodness, is always lurking. All the devil needs is just a small little of opportunity, just like what just happened in 2024 election. A small window of opportunity, and then they go full blast. Look at what Trump is doing. That when he just did, look how much destruction he's doing. Okay. Meghan Sussex, the most stunning princess. Okay, so I was seeing these a few minutes ago. All right, so there's no comment. Let's go to the next tweet. And depend on how fast I edit, there's some old tweets that I need to record for you guys. There's some stuff regarding African parks, I believe. Yeah, some other things I haven't shared with you, but I have it on a list I need to record. But these are brand new, so I need to get you up to date. Okay, next tweet. Meghan in New York City visiting Gloria Steinem. All right. And I have a cold, and I think that cold is draining my energy too. She looks so much better without that harsh middle part. It's a pity it's back again. What's wrong with that? I don't see anything wrong with that. I don't know. All right, another great assemble. I need that coat and the cutest black belt. I'm so happy Gloria has a friend and my Princess Meghan. This is new or from last week. Forgot the bronzer on her head again. Who wears a belt like that with a coat that's not meant to... What? Okay. Who wears a belt like that with a coat that's not meant to have a belt or will have a belt, but not like that one? Well, she's wearing it. She feels comfortable with it. What the hell? But anyway, they will find something to criticize her for. Okay, it's 5:39, so I need to get going. Next tweet. So much joy, laughter, and friendship in this one photo. That's the heart here. Thank you, Ed Sheeran, for being a true friend. Look at Meghan, the laughter. All right. There's that. I love this unplugged from Berlin. Okay, there's a YouTube video. Okay, so there's a video here. I'm not even gonna go into it. Let me pause this. Amazing. There's the clap here. He's so down to earth and lovely. You can see why he and Harry are friends. Do you remember the mental health skit they did? They are definitely canfold. I love that the Sussexes are surrounded by such authentic friendship with genuine love and affection, not to mention talent. They say, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. So wow. Okay, yes I do. And you're so right. They're surrounded by authentic, down-to-earth people. I love that for them. Teaches all lessons and choosing our circles carefully. Meghan said they have a small one of very trusted friends. We can see it span all areas. Good for them, as you say. Let them soar. They have earned it. Quality, not quantity. That is true. It's what I'm actually trying to put in my life with intentionality. I love that we get to grow with them too. I'm learning so much from their journey. Where's this from? Okay, from the recap video of their New York City visit that Meghan posted on her Insta this morning and Sydney time. Let's see here. Okay, oh my god, this is the shoes she traveled with. Oh, there's that white shirt stripe. Wow, this is all the shit she traveled with. These are for the fashion squaddies. This is heaven for them. She put that for them. And she knows what her fans want. This is why the squaddies, especially the original... Oh, there's the shirt again. The original... did we hear it? There's Steinem. That's when she went to visit them. Oh my goodness. Looks yummy. So pretty much she's showing you the back of... behind the scene thing. I did say... when they were in the UK, when the tabloid was giving them the hard time to be in their business. And I was like, I'm sure if they were in the UK, we would have been seeing things like this. Things that they wanted to share with you. But the media refused to let them live their lives. The media in the UK want to be part as Harry and Meghan living their lives. They wanted to be right there, a camera, like a reality TV show. Meghan and Harry saying, no, I want to live my life and I will share with you what I want to share with you. This is exactly what I have said. I'm sure if they were in the UK, they would have been showing you some of the behind the scene thing. There she is, she's showing it. Okay, you don't need to be wondering this and that. This is all the shoes she traveled with and that whatever, from Fashion Week to New York, and now she's gonna go to DC. Aha, I see, thanks. I was too mesmerized by all those shoes. Aha, there's a laugh here. Lots of mesmerizing things in there. OMG, the clip was so quick, I didn't realize it was Ed. I just love how steadfast that friendship has been. 2 gingers in one room though. This is a funny picture. It looks as if Duchess Meghan is wearing a flowery dress. Instead, it's Ed tattoo on. Poor Ed, the Rangers up and down UK will be throwing out his music and cancelling his concert. Okay, our faves are amazing and everything they do. I love the photos, Harry and Meghan. Meghan, let's leave that alone. Let's black while I'm here. Stupid comment. They never really look into what actually being shown to them. They go beyond and create their own narrative. This is... Okay, so there's the tattoo the tweet was talking about. Look at this genuine smile. Meghan with Ed Sheeran. She has a soft spot for gingers, lol. There's that. Sweet. Okay, let's go to the next tweet. Okay, let's pause this. When was this posted? October 13. So yesterday. Ed Sheeran and Prince Harry have been friends for years. They did this cute gender mental health awareness video together. The end bit of this reporting mentioned Meghan's own struggles, a little bit of a time capsule that highlight how far they've come. It's 2 minutes and 20 seconds. This seems like an old video, but let's listen. Screenshot in between.
Ed Sheeran getting spruced for a meeting.
Hey mate, how you doing? Nice to see you.
What's up, look in the mirror?
Do you mind if I bring the camera in?
Of course, yeah, cool. Come on in, guys. Come on in. This, for me, is a subject and a conversation that's just not talked about enough. I think people all over the world are really suffering.
Well, I've actually been trying to write a song about this, actually, to get it out to more people.
Well, I was about to say, because like someone with your skill set to be able to write lyrics and of a song to raise awareness, I think would be amazing.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what I'm trying to do. People just don't understand what it's like for people like us.
Yeah, I mean, what?
Well, you know, like with the jokes and the snide comments, and you know, I just feel like it's time that we stood up and said, you know, we're not going to take this anymore. We are ginger, and we're going to fight.
Okay.
A slight misunderstanding. Ed seems to think it's about people with red hair standing together.
This might be a miscommunication, but this is about World Mental Health Day.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, no, I knew that. No, I definitely knew that. Yeah, definitely knew that.
So we're good?
Yeah.
Today, just the latest effort by Prince Harry and Meghan to raise the issue of mental health, speaking out last month on their Africa tour.
Just getting people to talk about it and talk to each other, right? And just because people are willing to talk to each other about it and someone's willing to listen is huge.
Meanwhile, during that time, she was going through her own mental issues. God help us. Thank you.
And that can apply to being here, certainly can apply to being in London, LA, it doesn't matter where you are, we're all sort of trying to power through and find some optimism.
I think most of the stigmas around mental illness, right? We need to separate the two. As my wife said about consciousness, there's mental health, which is every single one of us, and then mental illness, which could be every single one of us. But I think they need to be separated.
All this happening against the backdrop of Prince Harry's battle with the press over privacy invasion, saying they are causing his own wife mental anguish, as they did with Princess Diana, the mother he lost when he was just 12 years old. Prince Harry said he shut down all his emotions for 20 years and eventually sought counseling to deal with his grief, which is why the cause is so important to him.
And we need to thank Meghan for that, for pushing Harry to get the help that he needed, because if he did not recognize some of his issues before they get married, things would not be the way it is right now. Okay? Maybe there will never have been a marriage going on if Harry did not recognize some of his issues. And this is the same thing Harry is trying to tell his brother, to recognize his issues. But William refused to recognize it. Instead, he's creating, putting a bandage on top of his issues and adding more nonsense to the thing that he's displaying to the public. Let's continue. It's almost done.
This World Mental Health Day, reach out, make sure that your friends, strangers, look out for anybody that might be suffering in silence. We're all in this together, all right?
Thanks for watching.
Cheers.
Okay, so that was nice. And this is what I'm saying. We need to give Harry his flowers for this. At least from my perspective, he is making the conversation of mental health an issue where people are not afraid to talk about it. And he have said it. I think he said something in the Obama Foundation when Melody Hobson was interviewing him. If I see the part, I'll put it. All right, let's finish this. So often people struggling with mental health problems is really about the fact that they are being abused. So much abuse, narc abuse, is lethal and often end in suicide. I was watching a video last night, a YouTube video. There's something that's going on with, what's that type of currency? Oh my God, Bitcoin or something like that. I've been trying to understand that Bitcoin thing, okay? And I could never understand it. But there was a time I looked into it, and the first thing that crossed my mind about it, I'm not saying I'm right, but this is what went in my head. I thought those Bitcoin type of thing, they were trying to change the real, let's say the dollar, okay, or pound or euros. They were trying to change those currencies into Bitcoins. And those people who were creating those Bitcoins had the upper hand. They had the way of controlling it. So I thought they were trying to switch from those current currencies that we use in whatever respective countries to Bitcoin. And I could never understand it. And I'm a person, I like to trade in the stock market or something like that. So I wanted to look into it because they were making noise of it. But because I could never understand it, and the thing that was going in my head as if they were trying to switch the currency, so I never invested in it. So yesterday, one of the YouTube videos that I was watching, and you know, the same type of videos they took from TikTok, bringing it onto YouTube, it seems like there was a downfall of those Bitcoin. So many of those people who were trading in Bitcoin, they had millions worth of dollars, and in just one day, they lose everything. So in some shape or form, I think I was right. I'm not saying I'm still right, but it seems like I'm right. I'm assuming to get the Bitcoin, you have to pay with the current currency that whichever countries you are in uses to buy those Bitcoin type of things. So after they take people's money, and now all those people lost everything, and I heard there were some people who were committing suicide. I'll look it up. Let me finish with these two and then look what happened to the Bitcoin thing. So the mental aspect of thing, where they use young people, okay? This is the recycle thing I've been saying. They use young people to glamorize things. Okay, the Bitcoin was being used to glamorize mostly. Young people were making it the it thing. So it seems like many young people were investing in it. Whatever money they have, they invest in the Bitcoin. And they were just sitting behind their computer watching their stock of Bitcoin going up. And now after they use the real currency to buy those Bitcoin, okay, now they lost everything. So not only they don't have the Bitcoin, they don't even have the currency, the real money that we use to buy goods and services. Okay, some of them commit suicide. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true. I gave up on the Bitcoin a long time ago. And there was one Squaddie who was asking what's the Bitcoin about as well. Sometime I share her tweet, but I don't think I mentioned, I shared that particular tweet. All right. Narc abuse is lethal and often end in suicide. Thank God Harry and Meghan had each other. I still can't believe that bald demon copied this. Oh, the other brother, I'm assuming. Okay, so let me pause and go look and search what happened to that Bitcoin shenanigan that happened either yesterday or over the weekend. Let me pause and search. Okay, I searched both on Google and ChatGPT. I'm just going to read a small portion and you guys could go further and look into it. Maybe I'll take some screenshot and You could pause your screen. Okay. Bitcoin has recently experienced a significant price crash, falling from a record high of around $124,457 to a low of about $104,600 on October 11. This drop was triggered by escalating trade tension and the announcement of U.S. tariff on China, causing a risk-off sell-off in the market, with leverage contributing to the sharp decline. While it has recovered some losses, the crash has raised concern about market fundamentals and leverage despite recent price volatility. You could pause or go search on Google to read more of this. Now let's go on ChatGPT. So there's this here, from 111,000 plus, and went straight down to, how much is that? By 9:45 a.m. it dropped to this. Okay, what happened recently? New all-time highs. In early October 2025, Bitcoin surged past $125,000, setting new record high. This rally was in part driven by strong inflow into Bitcoin ETFs and heightening institutional demand. 2. Large liquidation crash event. Around October 10 through 11, this week, a massive sell-off triggered by geopolitical tension, notably U.S. trade policy toward China, caused over $19 billion in crypto liquidation, possibly the largest in crypto history. 3. Partial rebound. Volatility remained high. After the sharp drop, Bitcoin showed a rebound into, there's the amount here, but the market is still very volatile, with strong reaction to macro and geopolitical news. But pretty much what I see here is just a quick shift from the little people to the big, big shark people, the Trump millionaire type of people. They knew what they were doing. Trump understands this, and he's manipulating these people, saying stuff, okay, about the stock market and things like that to make people, for the stock market to go low, and his people, his buddies will go and buy cheap, and then by the time they finish buy those cheap stock or whatever it may be, and then they raise it again. By the time they raise it, okay, those rich and powerful sell theirs really high, okay, and then, I mean, it's just that it's the ping pong kind of thing. He's playing with them. Okay, the other thing I want to look, did anybody commit suicide? Oh my God, I thought I paused it, but I didn't. So this is what I wrote. It sounds you're carrying a lot right now. What the hell? It was just showing me. Right now, but don't have to go through it alone. But that's not what I'm trying to. Okay, let's do this. Okay, it started, but then it stopped. What happened? They're thinking that I already searched it on Google. Okay, it's 6 o'clock. I need. Yes, there have been confirmed cases of suicide linked to the recent Bitcoin market crash. There's this person here from Ukraine on October 11, 2025. Konstantin Galik, a 32-year-old Ukrainian crypto trader and influencer known as Kostai Kudo, was found dead from a gunshot wound in his Lamborghini in Kyiv. Authorities recovered a firearm registered in his name at the scene. Investigators are treating the incident as a possible suicide, especially after Galik reportedly sent a farewell message to his relative and expressed a feeling of depression due to financial difficulties prior to his death. Yeah, some people have committed suicide, but this is what happens when you make money, your focus, your goal, and all of that. So, but anyway, let's get back to this, okay? I need to wake up my kids. It's 6 o'clock. Okay, let me do these 2 tweets. Or I might have to pause and go wake them up. Okay, so there's this here. Chanel dress, circa the cut 2022, and Balenciaga heels. All right, so there's these images. Look at the posture. She knows what, look at all those people out there looking. Okay, her posture. She knows what's up. This guy looked familiar in the background. Yep, her posture. Let's see here. Why is she doing that with her shoulders? Oh, there's me responding. Posture checked. All right, there's all of this. The GIF saying about posturing. Okay, posture. There's that. You better recognize. Okay, there's me here. That was the first time I saw it and I responded. And then I saw this comment and I responded by putting those GIF. Posture. She knows what's up. We are all that woman and that guy. The people looking at them in the back are all of us. I'm emotional. Size stunning, beautiful, gorgeous, baby. She is beautiful. Princess Meghan. Next tweet. I might add one more. One more before I stop. I won't be able to do a prayer. Prayer for protection and prosperity. Okay? He cannot help it. He knows what he has and love it. Look at him. So this one was probably part of the video wheel. Yes. He is blessing with his own family, with his beautiful wife, Meghan Sussex. I think to this day, he cannot believe his luck. He needs to give himself credit as well because he took his time. He didn't rush. And he knew what he wanted and the kind of work that he wanted to do. So he needed someone by his side who will not only support him, but I guess he hit the jackpot. Not only Meghan is supporting him, Meghan was doing the same thing that he was doing. So that's, the jackpot. I think to this day, he cannot believe his luck. If his friends hadn't posted a picture of Meghan on Insta, where would he be? I bet, let's just say we need to thank the friend for letting him look at his phone or her phone. I bet he wakes up and looks at her sleeping in the night and just watches her until dawn. He knows after his mother just how lucky he has been. There's that. Oh yes, a happy husband means a happy wife and life. They are so cute. Happy husband, so happy for them both. He really is big H. Men should always be in great pants when with their partners. Okay. Oh, I love this. I think it's yuca. The only thing I don't like about it, when you boil it, it leaves like that greasy, thick, gooey stuff on the pot. It takes forever to clean it. Next tweet. Okay, so I put mine. We need to thank Mr. Africa is mine for kicking Harry out. Harry and Meghan wanted to stay or even do 50-50. Egg had everything under control but the spotlight. Egg got Simon Case to help him put everything in writing to kick Harry out. So we need to always give Egg his flowers for rejecting Harry. Okay, I was responding to this. Our girl was being held hostage in the viper's nest, fully surrounded by unmoisturized demons. Thank you, Prince Harry, for rescuing our princess. And this is why I said we need to thank Mr. African is mine. Okay, it's 9 seconds. I muted. Okay. So there's that. She knows. Yep. Alright. She was willing to go through their BS thinking, I want to help the people, but they said no. And she created her own table. I don't want to go into this. Let's see. One more and then that'll be it. Okay. 6:05. My kids needs to get up. Okay. Almost every single major royal reporter has confirmed leaks were primarily coming from Kensington Palace. William and Kate saw their new sister-in-law physically struggling and decided to pile on their own benefit. William and Kate exploitation of charities and good causes for their own PR isn't just nauseating but offensive. It doesn't help those causes. It's not designed to. It's all about telling the public these are good, caring people. The evidence is they're not. Okay, William and Kate weaponize mental health in order to get out of working. They are sensitive to claims in the press about being cold, so we get a softball interview and now tears. Then play victim when called out for their actions. My new favorite is when they claim Kate's health excuses events long before her diagnosis. Oh, did they? I do believe that the consequences of one wrongdoing often have repercussions for the offsprings. William and Kate need to stop focusing on themselves and consider how their action can affect their children. Yep, what goes around does come around. And let's say, for instance, they are paying attention. Kids usually do pay attention. and they see what's happening, and they could understand the differentiation between Harry's lifestyle and their parents' lifestyle, they will know. Okay, the monarchy will not survive and to flies way too fast now for them to pull off their sleight of hand BS royals have always relied on. The audience see the trick, it doesn't work anymore. Yeah, with social media. And the thing is that if they had left Meghan alone, I'm thinking of Tina and Michelle. If they had left Meghan alone, a lot of Americans will not be, let the cat out of the bag, pretty much seeing the BS that the UK was doing. To tell people this is the nonsense that they're displaying, and then start opening people's eyes. I mean, not just American, but Tina and Michelle in particular, they started. But anyway, let's finish this. The monarchy will not... Okay, I just read that because the pair of them are medically psychotic. Nah. I don't know who she's talking to, but whatever. She was never suicidal, just desperate for attention. Okay. Who are they talking about? It cannot be Meghan. Okay, mental health is not something we should play about. And Meghan had a life. This is the thing here. Meghan had a life, a public life, that we could always go back to see how she was living. Okay, she already had a spotlight. She was working in Hollywood as an actress. She had the spotlight. She just know how to compartmentalize these issues when she's in public, when she's in private, and all of that. She had good relationship with some paparazzis. When she go places, she took her time to sign autographs and things like that and talk to them. But the UK weaponized paparazzi. That's the thing. And they want to be part of everything that Harry and Meghan do. And Meghan and Harry are saying no. And I think the next picture is need to be in my private life. There's other things you could look at when I'm out in public. This is my last one here. I know it's a lost case, but I'm fairly sure you have mistaken Catherine and William for Meghan and Harry. When Meghan and Harry are away from the source, there are no leaks. Harry and Meghan clearly exploit all their charities. Nah, not that there are so many. Okay, I need to stop. I need to wake up my kids. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. All right, so that's it. Prayer is protection, prosperity, and always give Harry and Meghan the vision, the path to get to their objective. All right, so that's it. Thank you for watching.